MOM Radio and Pipe Bomb Radio present Not Your Mama's Radio Show with your hosts, former WWE superstars Oscar, Sir Mo, and Dreamy Mimi.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome to Not Your Mama's Radio Show. Here are your hosts for tonight, Oscar, Dreamy Mimi, and Sir Mo. Welcome
back. We're back.
Talk.
Hey, guys. How y'all doing?
What's going on? All good. Just tired. I'm sure we're all tired.
Oh, yeah. Don't mention that.
Yeah, feeling
it's been one. It has been one. So, Mo, how you doing, man? You all ready for, what is it, Friday or Saturday?
It's Saturday.
All right.
I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. You know, had a real good week of treatment this week. When I get back on Monday from this weekend's trip, I have to go to Charlotte to start the testing process to get a transplant. So I got that 3 weeks in a way. Monday of this week, Monday of next week, and Monday of the following week.
Did they actually find a kidney, a match to do it?
No. You the first thing you got to do is they have to check all your labs and they have to check your heart and all that stuff to make sure that you're healthy enough for a transplant. They won't just give a kidney to anybody. They want to make sure that, you know, that everything else is okay. So I've got 2 or 3 people that's going to go through the testing process to give me one. But, you know, just Monday is a big step, though.
No, all right. Well, praise the Lord. We are pulling for you. We want you to be healthy and get that situation behind you. Everything's going to be all right.
Yeah.
You're too strong and stubborn to kick the bucket, so we know it's going to work out.
I can kick the bucket now. I don't know if I'll kick it where you want me to kick it, huh?
You ain't finna kick no damn bucket.
Nah, if I kick the bucket, your wife will be heartbroken. So I'm trying to stay around for a while.
Yes, I would.
Yeah. All right. We are going to get into all of this WrestleMania, WrestleCon talk to kick it off. We haven't heard from Dream Mimi in a long time, so we're going to start off with the WWE report. We got a lot to talk about. So, Dream Mimi, go ahead and kick it.
This is your WWE report for the week of March 29, 2015, WrestleMania edition. The Yes Man is the new Intercontinental Champion. Daniel Bryan fought his way through 5 other superstars and up a ladder to secure his newfound title. The Viper got his vengeance over that rat Seth Rollins. And the unblemished record of Rusev has been tarnished. The new United States champion is John Cena. And in an intermission of sorts, The Rock paid a visit to the Authority, which ended in an appearance from Ronda Rousey, who slammed Triple H and threw Stephanie out of the ring. The epic battle between Triple H and Sting was that indeed epic. With the members of D-Generation X Billy Gunn, Road Dogg, X-Pac, and Shawn Michaels, all the members of NWO, Kevin Nash, Scott Hall, and Hulk Hogan, all colliding, made this, in my opinion, the match of the night. Triple H pulled out the win and afterwards shocked everyone with the gesture of an extended hand to Sting. Creep versus Creepy. Bray Wyatt awoken the dead man, The Undertaker. Not that was a great idea. In the end, the dead man took the victory. In the main event, Roman Reigns and Brock Lesnar beat each other to near death, and Mr. Money in the Bank cashed in. The new WWE World Champion is none other than Seth Rollins. Is it just me? But when did the rules change? Seth pinned Reigns and won the title from Lesnar. And this wasn't a triple threat match. Wait, I'm confused. Oh well, now Seth is on the run from former champ Brock Lesnar. On Monday Night Raw, Lesnar's mouthpiece, Paul Heyman, let it be known that Lesnar is looking for a title match against Rollins. Daniel Bryan held on to the Intercontinental belt in his first title defense against Dolph Ziggler. And NXT is exploding all over the place. First, the Ascension, and now Kalisto, who is tagging with Sin Cara as the Lucha Dragons, and Neville. John Cena put an open invitation to anyone on the roster that wanted a shot to take the U.S. title from him. Surprisingly, the invite was not answered by Rusev, but by the lunatic fringe Dean Ambrose, who also suffered a loss to the champ. In a six-man tag match, Randy Orton, Ryback, and Roman Reigns defeated Kane, Seth Rollins, and The Big Show. I'm Dreamy Mimi, and this is Not Your Mama's Radio.
All right, so just for clarification, so we all understand, because it was fun explained to me, and I really forgot. The rules of Money in the Bank is you can cash that in at any time. So any time means in the middle of, after a match, the middle of a match, and if the match is going on and you want to cash it in, then it becomes a triple threat match with the Money in the Bank holder of the contract in hand.
Oh, okay. Okay. Because I was like,
I think now, I'm not sure, but I think like Edge or somebody won the belt that way, like in the middle of, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
It was like two people was working, and one of them was knocked out, and before the other guy could cover him, Edge slid in. It was either Edge or The Miz, but one of them had some kind of controversial win like that or something, you know.
Yeah, well, be that as it may, you had some of the old timers that just thought that finish was total BS and nonsense, and you know, I had to agree, but the rules are rules, because I had forgot. I thought there had to be a resolution to the match, and then you come down and cash it in.
Okay. Well, devil's advocate, I am, because I have devil horns. I'm evil as hell, and I do some strange shit behind people's back. But anyway, devil's advocate is, man, in that finish, even though nobody liked that finish, that finish saved everybody. You didn't beat Brock. You didn't beat Reigns. You know what I'm saying? By Brock. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like Reigns got screwed over. So it really saved everybody. If you'd have went ahead and had Brock just beat Reigns, then Reigns would be totally dead. It wouldn't be an issue. You know what I mean? Or if you'd have had Reigns beat Brock, then Brock would be totally dead. It wouldn't be an issue. You know what I mean? So that finish saved it for another day, man.
All right. Well, I'm glad. So as WrestleManias go, Dreamer, you watched the whole program. What did you think of it? Hello?
Is she still there?
She's still on the line.
Yeah.
She might have stepped away for a second.
Question.
Oh, there we go.
Hello.
Yeah, no,
Hello?
I was asking, you saw WrestleMania as WrestleMania's goal. What did you think of it?
I thought it was a good. I thought it was good. I'm not one to have seen a whole lot of like the older WrestleManias, but I thought this one was really good. And like I said, I like. I'm sorry.
They didn't just throw this one together.
No.
Okay. All right. Good deal. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they did a great job as far as even the entrances were awesome.
Yeah. You know what was great?
What's that?
Monday Night Raw did its highest rating since 2012.
Wow.
They did a 3.7. They had over 5 million viewers on Monday night. And the show up to that last match was spectacular. That last match was the same old tired BS. I'm so tired of watching the Big Slow. It's just unreal.
Okay, now, this question's for everybody. All right, so everybody been complaining about the 3-hour wars and the writing and everything like that. Do they build on this momentum?
They need to, yes. And what was great about it was, man, they kind of got away from that PG stuff, man. You know, they used the word like bitch. You know what I'm saying? Because Stephanie McMahon called Brock her bitch. You know, Paul Heyman was cussing in the ring. You know, I mean, they kind of got away from, the PG this week, which I think was good, man. I think it was real good.
Oh, okay. All right, so Felix, from top to bottom, we're going to listen to you for a few minutes. Tell us all about your WrestleMania experience. I know you was excited leading up to it. Was it everything you thought it was going to be?
And more.
Okay, good.
It was a lot of fun. You know, had I known, I probably would have went to Access, and I probably should have listened to you, Oscar, when you told me to go. I didn't realize the damn thing was like right across the street from my hotel, literally like right across the train tracks. But I'm not disappointed that I didn't go, because I ended up going to WrestleCon and getting to meet Bischoff and Foley and Victoria and Bobby Heenan, which was who I was trying to meet anyway. And the Hall of Fame was it was amazing. It was, there was some comical parts with the Bushwhackers, just good old-fashioned fun that they were having. And, of course, there were some moments that tugged at your heartstrings, with the whole, with Randy Savage and Connor. And I think Medusa's speech was just terrific. I think she just hit every point she needed to hit. And as far as Nash, well, you know what? I'm not saying he don't deserve it. I just wish he didn't have to close it out, but I get it.
Now, let me ask you a question.
It was nice. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
No, okay. Let me ask you this. If you you just compared Access to WrestleCon, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, take meeting now as an avid wrestling fan, and you've been a fan for years, okay? Look at it that way.
Okay.
What to you will seem like the better experience, meeting the main roster people or meeting the old heads from WrestleCon?
Honestly, for me personally, as a fan that I've been a fan since like the late '80s, it was meeting a lot of these guys that I grew up watching on TV. You know, they were, nothing against today's talent. But at the same time, I'm not going to wait 2.5 hours, which is almost half the time I get to be there, for one person to get only one autograph. I had to do that 2 years ago. I stood in line for nearly 3 hours just to get an autograph with Teddy Long, or not an autograph, a picture. And you couldn't even go to the bigger lines because you would not have been able to enjoy anything else but waiting in line. Whereas, I'm not saying that these guys at WrestleCon didn't have a long line, but they were more accessible. You could meet with them and not have to wait as long. But overall, WrestleCon was an experience I won't soon forget.
Well, okay.
And meeting Piper on the way home was definitely the icing on the cake.
Well, I'm really glad that it was, everything you wanted to be. So Dallas next year, you in?
That's the goal, man. I have a lot of people that are wanting to go to Dallas, and I'm going to do everything in my power that will let me, if I can, everything looks good in the finances, I don't see why not.
Oh, okay. All right, well, for me personally, it was I didn't expect it to be what it was. I just thought it was going to be another ho-hum, wrestling weekend. But for me personally, I am really glad I went. Now, it's not something I would do every year. I'm going to make plans to go next year just to take Mimi so she could experience it.
Yes,
and
she needs to go.
Yeah, for me, that was the part about it that was missing, the fact that she wasn't there. But from top to bottom, when I first got there, the first person that I saw as soon as I got out the cab from the airport was Sunny. And
yes, she was there too.
Yeah, God, I wish that girl would learn to enjoy life every time I see her. She can't never count her golden coins or just appreciate her position. It's always got to be some drama. What the drama was is not important, but Sunny is Sunny. Honey, just enjoy yourself. And immediately after that, I got to spend a little bit of time talking to Rey Mysterio. And, everybody at this point, I don't got to rehash it, but everybody know, the drama that he's going through. So it was good for him to be able to, have a conversation with somebody, to tell him to keep his head up and, to just keep it going. I'm glad he's still out there. I'm glad he's still doing stuff. My question, you're Rey Mysterio. Do you sulk in the corner or do you keep pushing?
Oh, keep pushing. Got to keep pushing.
All right. What you think? She must can't hear you. Oh, I'm close. Huh?
I said definitely keep pushing.
Oh, okay. Your phone sounds funny. Mo, what you think about it?
Yeah, I think he need to just go ahead and throw in the towel. Don't listen to all these crazy folks, man, and then just keep doing the damn thing. You know what I'm saying? He's one of the greatest in the world. There ain't no need to quit, man. I mean, things happen. He that was totally out of his control, man. You know what I'm saying?
Positively, yeah.
It's just one of those situations where, you in the midst of the battle, you know what I'm saying? And then once the shooting stops, then you figure out and find out who's been injured, who's, you know what I'm saying? And then that's when you take care of the wounded. And that's kind of the way I saw the situation. You're in the midst of the battle, and then once the firing stops and you look around to see if everybody's okay. Then when you figure out that, one of the men is down, it's man down, now let's do something, I mean, it happens, man. There was nothing purposely done on his part to cause it, so there's no reason for him to, to sit down in the corner, drop his head, and be sad about it, and let it affect him, either mentally or financially or even with his career. Pick yourself up, dust yourself off, and get back in the ball game. That's the way it goes.
All right, now let's touch on, and everybody can weigh in on this, because this was really interesting. Me and Mo was talking about this just the other day. Anything happens in the ring, somebody bar somebody busting their head wide open, and their brains are leaking out. What is it they teach us in the business, no matter what happens in the ring, even death?
Keep going.
Keep going.
You keep going. See, what needs to happen, in my opinion, what needs to happen, right, is in my opinion, is at every show, every match, there need to be people that don't do nothing but look out for, trauma. You know what I'm saying? In other words, You see this guy down, he's been down for a while. The guys in the ring working don't stop what they doing. this guy, a trainer or somebody, run over to check on that guy. Even if you got to remove that guy in the middle of the match, that's what you do. You know what I'm saying? That's what you do. You don't have to interrupt the flow because they get so caught up in trying to get these finishes in. You know what I'm saying? That they're not really paying attention, and you can't really tell when somebody's selling or when they're not. I mean, years ago, I was working a match in Memphis, Tennessee at the Mid-South Coliseum. Moondog Spot goes down in the corner. Nobody knows it. They think he's just selling it. But he done went down in the corner, had a massive heart attack, and died right there in the ring. And it wasn't until the Battle Royal was over with that, he even received medical attention. Because nobody, so, it's just, man, when we step between the ropes, man, the bottom line is we know that we're putting our lives in somebody else's hands, man, and that's just a risk that we take when we do it, man. I mean, it's our choice. You step in there if you want to step in there. If you don't want to step in there, you don't have to. Nobody can make you do it. And unfortunately, for this guy, this is a family tradition, man. So of course he's gonna follow in the family footsteps and go in there and do it. And what's amazing about it is, what's amazing about the whole thing is, people try to predict when he suffered a trauma. One thing I can tell you that I did notice from that video is, Rey Mysterio gave him the Hurricane Rana. He went out on the floor. He immediately got up off the floor and slid back into the ring because he wasn't in position for the finish. Slid back into the ring, stood up. Rey kicked him. He fell down across the rope, which is where he was supposed to land in the first place. That's that. Because typically when Rey do that Hurricane Rana, he does it and the person lands straight across the ropes. So he had the wherewithal, man, to realize where he was and be the professional that he was, slid right back in there and put himself back in place. Yes, it was a tragic accident, man, but, life goes on, man. Life goes on.
So, in other words, the business model is protect the business above safeguarding human life?
Well, no, I'm not saying that that's the business model. I'm just saying that, that people get so enthralled in trying to complete the match or get the finish over that they're just not paying attention. So that's why I said they should have someone on the outside of the ring that watches that stuff at all times, so it doesn't become what you said, Oscar. Protect the business at all, because you can't protect the business at all costs because it's already been exposed. It's already been exposed. But what happens is they try not to disrupt the flow of the match itself, and that's what happened. Because you'll see Rey stopped and checked on the guy, and then went back to doing what he was doing. He thought maybe the guy was knocked out or something, I assume, but, he went back to doing what he was doing to finish the match and get the finish over. And once the finish was done, then they stopped and they took a pause, so you can't protect the business at all costs in this situation, in this day and time, because the business has already been exposed. It's just that in the midst of the match itself, they were trying to go ahead and get through it. That's all.
All right, so Dreamy, you're the Stephanie McMahon of the promotion of the night. You're running the show. Somebody looked lifeless in a ring. If somebody looked to pity you to be lifeless in the ring, what do? Do you just stop everything and tend to that person, or do you let it keep on going and wait it out? If you're in charge as a fan.
No, I didn't understand. You said as a fan. You said
okay. As a fan, I'm putting you in a position of being a promoter, and you're standing there looking at all this. and somebody appears to be lifeless in the ring, what do you do? And what would you do?
You said appears to be lifeless?
Lifeless in the ring, knocked out, not moving or nothing.
Well, I mean, you know me, so for me, that's a definite, find out what's going on.
Okay, what do you do to find out what's going on? You stop the match, you ring the bell?
Yes,
Okay.
Ring the bell, see what's going on.
All right, Mimi says she's going to ring the bell. She says Mimi's going to ring the bell and everybody cut it out.
If the person looks, like I said, like if it's a case where the person looks like they're out, for real out, then yeah.
Yeah, okay, now that would seem like the right thing to do, but unfortunately, that's not how we're trained to do it. That's not how we're.
I understand that, but I mean, everybody is different.
No.
That's my opinion.
You know what? I'm gonna be honest. I would do the same thing. Somebody look like they passed out the ring or they dead in the ring, and I don't know nothing. Then again, like Mo said, we all know it's at work. Ring the bell and let's see. Let's see what the hell that happened here. Now, if they will start the match, but if not.
Okay, but let me interject real quick, man, because I've been in this situation. Now, what happens if somebody's they appear to be lifeless, passed out in the ring? You know what I'm saying? And that's just part of the spot that they call. And you go in there and you ring the bell, you stop the match to check on that person, and then when you slide in the ring to find out, man, you okay? They look at you and say, I'm fine. What the fuck you doing? Then what? Because we've done that before. We've done that.
As the match is going on, slap them upside the head or something. If the match is going on, do something, you slap them upside the head or something. If you don't a jerk, then something hell wrong here.
Exactly.
Yeah, but guess what? You got to stop the match to slide in there to slap them upside the head. So now
not you. Not you. Just like you got to look at the referee to tell you to go home. Look at me and I'll be like, hey, slap that man to make sure he's breathing.
Well, that's why I say you put somebody outside the ring when they see something like that happen. They get the
right,
refs
exactly.
And refs.
Yep.
Check this guy over here.
That's how it should be done.
And then if the ref check the guy and he's in some serious trauma, he needs to throw up the crosses, to get the EMTs down there.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Right.
I get that. I'm with you. I'm with you on that.
I totally agree with what you said, Mo. I think that, they should have someone designated for that, that's watching the referee and the referee watching them. And, then they take their cue from that. Because, like you said, nobody's
Well, don't WWE have like a trainer ringside that they chose now that kind of watches what's going on? So if somebody do go down, they're right there. They crawl over there on the floor near them and say, "You okay?" They get the thumbs up. They keep going.
I don't know, but if they do, kudos to them. I mean, it's a good thing to have.
I think they do.
Safety first.
When Lawler went down, there was a trainer sitting like right there.
Okay.
Yeah, sitting in the chair right by the bell ringer.
Oh,
so,
okay.
Yeah, it just, man, in that situation, man, what we talking about though, like in Mexico, they just didn't have the necessary emergency personnel at hand. I mean, dude. He hung across the rope for a long time. They finished the match, and then by the time they finished the match, the emergency personnel was dealing with some other stuff in the back. They had to put this guy on a 2x4 on a board to carry him to the back. They didn't take him to the back on a stretcher. They carried him to the back like on a piece of plywood. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Right. Well, okay. All right, so Anyway, back to WrestleMania weekend. Kevin Nash had an awesome Hall of Fame party. It was actually hosted by a good friend, David Hero. It was a really good time. I mean, you had Jeff Hardy come out, Al Snow came out, even Hornswoggle came out. Now that just threw me for the night. Little Hornswoggle came to the party. Of course, Sonny showed up. I think Melina, I saw her. And a special surprise guest from our brother station, Under the Mat Radio, correspondent NFC Game Boy, came out from Baltimore. And he was in the house with his homies, Janae and Sherelle. We'll give a shout-out to them. But, yeah, Nash had a real good party. You know, we took a lot of nice pictures. And, yeah, that was a good kickoff, you know, to everything. Now, WrestleCon saw a lot of old friends, man. Bruce Pritchard was there signing autographs. Who the hell wants Bruce Pritchard autograph? But I guess Brother Love go a long way.
Yeah.
He was sharing a table with Eric Bischoff. Eric Bischoff was in the house. I shared a table with Vader. Vader's still a scary individual.
Yeah.
You talk to Vader gonna give you the one-word answers.
Yeah, very personal.
Yeah, he's not a very pleasant person, is he?
No.
Yeah.
No.
You had Mick Foley. You had Chris Masters. I mean, you just had just a whole melting pot of a lot of the. You know, WrestleCon pull out all the stops. They have a lot of talent that come in. I don't know how those guys make money, but I mean, I'm guessing they make a fortune because they have a whole bunch of different things that they charge for. You also have Bret Hart and Ric Flair. They came and they had there was huge lines to see those two as it should have been. So yeah, WrestleCon was off the chain. That was a really nice a really nice thing to go to. And that was like a family reunion. Now, after that, moved over to the Fairmont Hotel, and the Fairmont Hotel was the hub of WrestleMania. That's where the production office was and where everybody on the main roster was staying and most of the WWE staff. Except, I was going to name who wasn't there. You didn't see Stephanie there. You didn't see Triple H. You didn't see Vince. You didn't see Rock. You didn't see John Cena. You didn't see Brock Lesnar. Those 6 people, unless they were just coming in the back way or something like that, those are the only 6 individuals absent from the Fairmont Hotel. But I saw something interesting. Felix, everybody can weigh in on this. When it comes to WrestleCon and when it comes down to, the older wrestlers, like you had the New Age Outlaws was there, Billy Gunn and Road Dogg. You had Sting. You had Scott Hall. You had Kevin Nash. You had X-Pac, Pat Patterson. The list goes on and on and on of the legends that were there that were participating in WrestleMania. They would stop and sign autographs and take pictures, with fans, all day long. Now, let me lay this out for y'all. Fans paid God knows what for a WrestleMania ticket. All right. They paid whatever for the package and everything else. Now, you had a lot of fans that went that extra mile and paid that $559 a night hotel fee that it was, plus tax, $600 a night, we'll round it off, to stay at the Fairmont Hotel. Now, the reason why they would do that is because they want to be close to the action. They want to be close to the main roster. Now, all the old heads that I mentioned, myself included, we had no problems whatsoever signing whatever the fans wanted to sign, taking pictures, having short conversations, and everything else. What I did notice was that the main roster people, they, for the most part, did not do that. They walked through the lobby with security. They walked through in a hurry, no eye contact, didn't acknowledge people when they talked to them. Not everybody, but most of them. I'm not going to mention no names to get that kind of heat. But this is what I saw, and that was a total turnoff. Why do you think that is, Mo, and is that right?
you know what, man? It goes to how us older guys broke into business, man. You know what I'm saying? We broke into business. We broke into business with a little bit more respect for what we do.
Okay.
You feel me? And I mean, the way we broke in sweating, bleeding, clawing and scratching, and then and the new generation of folks, man, they come in and they're brought in, they're paid to be trained. It's like making robots, man, and now it's a secret. So whenever they're out in public or whatever, they feel like they're untouchable. Number one. Number two, as far as fans in that hotel, for the amount of money that they paid, man, they should have been able to been treated in that hotel like the fans get treated overseas. Like when you go to England or somewhere. You know how those fans are treated, man? You don't have security stopping the fans, and you don't have security walking the guys around. The guys are mingling with the fans and having a good time.
Right.
It's just a totally different ball game, man. Totally different ball game.
Let me tell you what I found totally disgusted, and I almost lost my mind. I'm in the restaurant having breakfast, and clearly I'm talking to Daniel Bryan and I'm talking to Brie Bella and their family for a second, and I'm paying my respects. So, before I sat down, I went over to, Mark Henry motioned for me to come over. He went to shake my hand. There were two plainclothes security guys that were eating. I guess they didn't see that. And as I was going to him, the guy was like, let the man eat. I almost lost my shit. I was like, oh, my God, did you just say that? And did you just say that to me? It got cleared up. Me and Mark exchanged a few words, anything like that. But I was like, oh my. Anyway, Dreamy, you pay $600 a night at the hotel, and they acting like that. How does that make you feel? Mimi?
Can't hear so.
Okay.
She's been having a bit of phone problems, but she's still on the line.
All right, well, when she popped back in, she could answer that. But Felix, I mean, what did you think? I mean, what did you run into any of the main roster when you were out there, Felix?
Any experiences I've ever had with the main roster has always been in a positive side. I tend to want to go more towards the older generation, the legends. I mean, but in the newer generation guys, I mean, I honestly think sometimes their head gets too big. They think that they're too big for their own britches. They like they're better than any other generation when they don't have the heart and desire that other generations did, and wanting to claw and scratch their way to the top and be the best they could be. Always wanting to take a spot, even if it means that they have to step over somebody to do it. But I mean, that shows that they had that fire that they wanted to be number one. Now, this generation lacks a lot of that. But as far as interaction with fans, from my experience, I've never really had a bad experience with them yet. So hearing this it's disappointing because although I respect that they have their privacy, and very well, I get it, but when you're out in public and a fan comes up to you and they're being respectful to you, to not even acknowledge their existence is a slap in the face and be like, why would you even do that? Knowing that you're going to be approached anywhere you go, you should realize that, if you don't want to take a photograph or take an autograph, say, you know what, I'm sorry, not at this time. Be respectful about it. Acknowledge them at least and say, no, thank you. But don't come off being a total dick and say, and just act like you don't see them.
I mean, it was even an instance, and I'm not going to mention no names, and this is indicative to what I'm talking about. You had a bunch of the fans outside the hotel, and they had a rail up, for them to stand behind. The same kind of guardrail that they have around the ring. And you had about 100 or so fans that were behind them. Now, I was standing outside. I just happened to be signing somebody's encyclopedia when, a certain person, got out the car, and they was all excited to see him and yelling and screaming and calling his name. He didn't even make eye contact to the people. Didn't even wave. I mean, you hear these people calling you. I mean, at first, it wouldn't have been nothing out of your time to go over and shake a few hands. But bar that, I mean, you don't even make eye contact and wave to the people. And you know what? I wasn't even mad. I just felt sorry for that person right then, because you got to understand, and I've been telling cats this in the music game all my life. I've been in this business. These people pay your bills. Now, no, you can't jump off the stage at Madison Square Garden and shake everybody's hand and sign everybody's autographs, and that's fine. I get that. But some kids stop you in the airport, or there's a couple of dozen of them that's someplace, and you have the opportunity just to say thank you for your support with signing your name or something like that. What's wrong with that? What's wrong with you that you can't even see that and do that? And me personally, over the years, I appreciate, and I especially am humbled and appreciate everybody that remembered me from 20-some-odd years ago. There was a couple of guys that was from some other country, could hardly speak English, but they said, "Oscar, men on a mission," and handed me something to sign. That touched me. I signed it. I took a picture and was glad to take a picture and had goosebumps because I felt like I didn't feel like the celebrity. I felt like the fan because I was glad that somebody even appreciates my body of work like that to say, thank you, or we're a fan of yours, or something like that. These people today, they just act like they just fell into it. Those people buy those tickets. Those people, those people support you. And if I'm a fan and I'm standing there and that happened to me, I wouldn't even watch wrestling no damn more. Not to say that they still are, but that would just be, that would be the bad taste in my mouth that I would take away from that experience.
Right.
Yeah.
That's wrong, man.
Yeah, it really is. It's but you live and you learn. And then too, I kind of fault the company because I really believe that the company should have training on how you need to, because that's your bread and butter. Because if people stop looking at it or fans start dropping off because of something simple like that, that's taking money out of his pocket. And he'll be damned if he let that happen.
Right.
It's just a matter of common courtesy and respect. But if I had any complaints about the weekend or any bad experiences about it, that would be the one. Other than that, I do have to say on the flip side about the main roster people, the ones that I ran into, they treated me with all the respect in the world. I was glad to finally, meet some of them, and, just the whole wrestling atmosphere from WrestleCon to WrestleMania was a real good experience, and, it was, and then too, when it comes down to me, people appreciate it because they don't see me all the time. I'm not one of those people. I'm not hanging out at every pay-per-view, every Monday Night Raw. You don't see me every year. You don't see me at every convention or all that other kind of stuff like that. So when people do see you, they appreciate seeing you. I must have heard where you been more than any other question that there was. So,
right.
All right, so enough of that. So April 4th.
I know what you did touch on. Let me cut you off. I know what you did touch on.
What's that?
Cut you off, okay? You guys were. Phyllis was at the Hall of Fame ceremony, correct?
Yeah, I was there.
Okay, I thought it was very humble and respectful of Nash to acknowledge that he's not the greatest worker in the world, or the best dancer, but that he could dance, you know, as long as somebody leads him, and that he appreciated everybody that did the dance with him. I respect him for that. I respect him for that. I respect his honesty. I tried to watch the Hall of Fame on my computer here, but my internet service is kind of slow. So it was like I would get a word here, a word there, a word here, a word there. But after Rikishi's acceptance speech, man, the Twitter started blowing up, starting with Scotty Too Hotty, who was
he had some comments to say about that.
He was quite pissed off that, you know, that they didn't get any acknowledgement, you know, from Kishi. You know, and initially I thought about it and I thought, well, maybe he's right. But then after I thought long and hard about it, no, man, you know, Junior Fatu's been in the wrestling business a long time, man. He was working full time for WCW before Scotty even, you know, got his first snotty nose, man. You know, him and Sammy was extremely successful as a tag team. Him and Barbarian was successful as a tag team. And then when Sammy was gone and Barb was gone, you know, they tried a couple different gimmicks with him, and you know, the Kishi thing was okay, and it did pick up once he started dancing or whatever, and they stuck it with Tuku. But to me, I don't know how y'all might see it, but I think that Kishi added to Tuku, add more to Tuku than Tuku added to Kishi. You know, because you got these three guys in this ring, one doing the worm and one doing the running man, but everybody was looking at the big fat guy in the middle that was doing the break dancing and the pop locking, you know, and that's what set that whole thing off. I don't think they should have been mad that he didn't acknowledge them. You know, I think because it just seemed like to me what he was trying to do was just acknowledging his family and where he came from and how this has been a generation thing. And to go outside of that, man, would suggest that he couldn't have got there just on his own. And I don't think that Tuku helped him win the Hall of Fame. I don't agree with that. Y'all might have varying opinions. I don't know. Y'all still there?
Yeah, actually. Oh, I didn't even notice that their lines had dropped. Hold on, I think they're back on here. Sorry about that, guys.
Yeah.
Rikishi been around a long time, but when you're going to the Hall of Fame like that, I think it's responsible to acknowledge your body of work from top to bottom, because everything you did was instrumental in getting you in there. That's just my opinion.
Oh, well, we all have varying opinions, but I think that if you look back at it, hindsight is 20/20. But if you look back at it and you'd have never stuck Brian, Christopher, and Scotty Hardy with him, he would have made it anyway. Just because of his family lineage, he would have made it anyway. I mean,
okay, but now that you've been touched on that, how come the Headshrinkers didn't go in there? Why just him?
Well, who's to say why they do what they do? It just seems like to me that Sammy's had some kind of heat since he left. I don't know, man. Think about it like this right here. If Sammy didn't have heat, right, why is it every other Samoan that's got a son has been to the developmental camp except Sammy's son? There's got to be some heat there.
Okay, but when do we stop using heat as a crutch? I mean, there's been people that have now they don't even have heat. They have volcanoes and they get acknowledgement.
Bruh.
And you know what I'm talking about.
Bruh. See, now you gonna make me act stupid, bruh. Yeah, there been some volcanoes, right? That's erupted, but who's erupted those volcanoes? Think about what you're saying now. Think about
the individuals that erupted the volcanoes.
Yeah, but think about who those individuals are, though, man. Let's not, on the radio today. I'm trying to stay away from racial stuff, but I mean, think about the people that. Come on now. Think about the people that's done that, man. Think about who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Come on now.
All right. Everybody.
Okay. Name one black person that has burnt the bridge that's been given a second chance yet. When I see them give Ahmed Johnson a second chance, then I think that they give a shit. Until then, no.
There was and then there was
and then it was that guy. Yeah, right. Like Martha Stewart said on the Justin Bieber roast. What's that word? Oh, I can't remember, but African American will do for now. Yeah.
African Americans will do for that. All right, Dreamy, you back. The question was, we were talking about how a lot of the people that I saw on the main roster snubbing fans at the hotel where they paid $600 a night, and somebody got out of they got out of their SUV, and there were fans outside that were screaming and calling their name. They didn't even make eye contact. As a fan, do you appreciate this?
Definitely not. I mean, I understand that you feel like you God because, you're a celebrity. But, I mean, some people just get the big head when they get, I think it's important to keep some humility. But, unfortunately, some people don't know what that is.
Yeah, I felt like I was saying it again because you back. But yeah, I found it to be very distasteful, and I honestly think that there need to be some sensitivity training because, just like I used to tell music people, them people pay your bills, believe it or not.
I was just going to say the bottom line is the fans are who are the reason why you're at the status that you are. If you had no fans, you wouldn't be a superstar. So don't, disregard the fans and just treat them like they're nobody. And, I mean, you don't have time to stop and shake everybody's hand and kiss every baby and all that stuff, but there's a way to do everything.
No, my point was, no, you can't jump down off the stage at Madison Square Garden and shake the hand and sign an autograph for 20,000 people, but the people at their hotel that pay $600 a night milling around the lobby, and it's not a whole bunch of them in the grand scheme of things. Those people, you give them some kind of acknowledgement.
Right. Yeah, show them some appreciation for, because them spending that money at that hotel makes that company look good, too. It ain't just the hotel making money.
All right. I mean, they had, let me tell you how it was. First off, if you wasn't a guest at the hotel or you didn't have a WWE badge, you wasn't getting in that hotel for them 3 days. You could forget it. Security was tighter than when Obama would come. That's the first thing. All right, so the fans are all milling around the lobby and everything like that. When you come in, they had a black curtain with 2 security guards, which was a separate way for them to go into, to get upstairs or get access, into the hotel and up to their room. That was the first thing. And then you had a lot of them that, they would ask you, because they even asked me, they saw, they saw that I was somebody and whatever, and they were like, when I get off the elevator, do you need an escort? And I'm like, no, I'm fine, thank you. But a lot of them, the security was told that, that they would have if they chose to an escort. Most of them opted to have one so that people couldn't get to them. I mean, it was it was an experience. I mean, it was, but just like you mentioned, we didn't do all that. We go, not even in Europe. You think about it. Most of the hotels we go to, how the fans knew we were staying at was always a mystery to me, but I'm guessing they've been using the same hotels forever.
Right.
They would greet us before TSA security got the way it got, fans would greet us at the gate when we would come in. How they knew what flight we were coming in on, that was another thing that was amazing to me.
Right.
And you would have a lot of the fans, like especially at the Jetport in New Jersey, they were everywhere. But we wasn't rude to them and all that other kind of stuff like that. We didn't just sign autographs. We hung out with them.
Right. Exactly. We hung out with them. We drunk. We take a drink. We danced with them. All of that, man.
Yeah, right. I mean, it got to the point where we even knew some of them by name because they would be there every time.
Right.
You recognized them. In every city, there was a few people that were recognizable because they didn't miss a show, they didn't miss an event, and they didn't miss being at the hotel when you was there. But now, now it's like, everybody's a rock star now.
Well, that's you try to refrain from beating up the company or whatever, and you try to stay PC about everything, and but I mean, truth of the matter is, man, sometimes, man, you just got to stand up for what's right.
Positively.
Because, like you said, man, and this week, this past weekend was a proof in the pudding, man. The number of people that have, erupted volcanoes, man, that were able to not only get a second chance, but get a second chance and get a Hall of Fame ring.
I mean, everybody that defected, got a Hall of Fame ring. That's the part that I can.
The only person that ain't got one yet is Luger.
His turn is coming. I don't see how how it can't.
Right. Yep.
Okay, now in a few years, if not next year, does the Chris Benoit situation blow over and does he get in?
No.
Never.
No.
Never. Okay.
I don't think so. I might be wrong. I don't think so.
What about Dino Bravo? And Dino Bravo should have been in a long time ago.
Yeah. There's quite a few of them old cats. I mean, Kamala should have went in years ago.
Oh, positively.
Ivan Koloff should have went in.
Ivan Koloff should have been one of the first ones to go in when they first drew this up years ago.
Right. I mean,
Felix, who would you like to see in the Hall of Fame?
Well, I could say Rude, Bossman. I could say Ray Stevens. A lot of the guys that they tend to look over to Landy Poffo. Guys that they overlook on purpose, just for their own benefit. But those are just a few.
Dreamy, who have you seen now that you feel should be future Hall of Famers?
You said, who have I seen now that I wish
that should be future Hall of Famers?
Everybody on the roster.
Everybody?
Well, I mean, to be honest, man, everybody on the roster because just about everybody on the roster has won some kind of belt, man. You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't mean somebody's got hair in their but it doesn't seem there's like any criteria to get in there. Greg, that's no phone?
I don't know whose phone that is.
Somebody got hair.
Okay, now you say everybody on the roster because what?
Because everybody's won a belt or done something. There don't seem to be any kind of strict criteria. It just needs to be a popularity contest.
Oh, I so disagree with that. I can only think of a few people who are on the roster the last few years that I think are Hall of Fame worthy. And then
see, here's the thing, man. I don't know if you realize this or not. I don't know if you notice this or not, but when you look at the Hall of Fame, right, and you look at each year the lineup to the Hall of Fame,
is somebody in the car going somewhere?
sound like it. Or in the shower or something.
Dreamer, you in the car? Huh?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, that's you, darling.
All right.
Yeah.
I had it on mute.
It's just if you look at the lineups, man, it's like the top guys get top billing and everybody else are just fillers. You know what I'm saying? It's like
right.
Look at the way they do it. There's a position that you have on the Hall of Fame lineup, you know, just like it would be on a wrestling show. You know, so I mean, I don't think that there's no stringent criteria, man. I mean, look at some of the people that's in there. I'm not saying that nobody that's in there don't deserve to be in there, but you know.
No, okay. Well, yeah. I'm just not. I've said this, you know, numerous times that there's only a handful that really, to me, have real star status. I mean,
right.
You know, I mean, it's you know, it's like, yeah, everybody else just to cast the characters to support the main characters.
Right. Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
I'm not saying that everybody's a superstar or, you know, but I think what it needs to do, what it needs to be is, it needs to be based on what your contribution is to the industry.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? In other words, what did Hulk Hogan bring to the industry? You know what I'm saying? What did Stone Cold Steve Austin bring to the industry? You know, we know what The Rock brought to the industry. Bruno Sammartino, we know what he done. You know, Lou Thez, you know, Buddy Rogers. You know, these were the guys that were the cornerstone and paved the way, and you know, they the ones that, you know, Argentina Rocca. These are the guys that kicked this whole thing off. You know what I'm saying? You know, if you talk about Eric Bischoff going into the Hall of Fame, why? What did he bring to the wrestling business? Well, because of using Ted Turner's pocketbook the way he did, you know, he started and created the Monday Night War. That's his contribution. That's why he's in the Hall of Fame. You see what I'm saying? If you ask me, you know, why should Men on a Mission go in the Hall of Fame? It's not that they won a bunch of titles. You know what I'm saying? It's not that they was around for a long period of time. But when they did come on the scene, it changed the complexion of how certain things are done, as far as vignettes, as far as some of these characters, and it changed the whole genre from just. I mean, wrestling used to be, a biker cowboy type industry. You know what I'm saying? And then it changed over to a hip hop. And now it's pop culture. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's what the contribution would be. And so you have to look at everybody's individual contribution. What did Yokozuna bring, to the forefront? Well, he was one of the biggest guys, over 600 pounds, that could move the way he can move and work solidly every night.
Right.
Be his contribution, Shawn Michaels, speaks for itself. What was Undertaker's contribution? Longevity.
Is he a Hall of Famer?
No, but when the time comes, his longevity, which is what made him the phenom, his longevity. You know what I'm saying? That's why he's a phenom, because he's been around so long and he's been on top so long. It's not that he's the greatest worker. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying he's not a good worker. I'm just saying that his legacy is his longevity, and as long as he's been around, and the transformation of the character. He went all the way from a dead man, putting people in the grave, to riding a motorcycle, man, being a badass,
right,
back to being So he had, so that's what I think it's about. Individual contribution.
Oh, okay. Now, if you had to guess 5 individuals, Spence, you can go on this too. Who do you see going in there next year?
Should I go first, or?
Yeah, go ahead, yeah.
Well, next year in Texas, definitely the 2 headliners would be Sting and Undertaker. It's been highly discussed, and I'm pretty sure they're at the end of their careers. That the only thing left would be to have one final match and then happily ride off into the sunset and go home to their families, and there you go. I would say the Freebirds, all three of them? No, there was 4 of them, I believe. Yeah, there was 4
right.
of them. Long shot, but maybe Gary Hart. Let's see, another good one would be, I could say either a toss-up between either Kamala or Ivan Koloff, and if they're gonna put in a woman or a deceased member of the WWE alumni, if they were gonna do a woman, maybe Bull Nakano. I know they won't acknowledge China. They after China and their falling out and then the continued bad history they've had. So if they had to go back to another one, maybe Bull Nakano or possibly Bertha Faye.
Yeah.
And of course of the ones who may have passed on, Bertha is one that passed on. Maybe Rick Rude or the Boss Man.
Right.
Just to name a few.
Okay.
Well,
what about you think being in Texas, Stevie Ray? I think Stevie Ray.
Well, maybe it's Harlem Heat. I could see it, but not Stevie Ray on his own.
Well,
they won't do that.
Yeah, they probably will do Harlem Heat. Yeah. Stevie Ray never went up there which I think that was just crazy to put Booker T in there by himself anyway in the beginning.
Yeah.
Well, was it okay? Was it wrong to put Booker T in there by himself for the first place?
Was it wrong?
Yeah.
Is that what you're asking?
Yep.
Well, not unless they plan in the long term to give them 2 Hall of Fame rings. I mean, Flair got 2. You know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, Flair went in as an individual, and then Flair went in again as part of the 4 Horsemen. You know, I think he's the only one that's got 2. I might be wrong, but I think he's the only one that's got 2. But, you know, to put Stevie Ray in, you either got to put him in as a single or you got to put him in as Harlem Heat, and that would give Booker T 2 rings. You know, which is possible.
Okay.
Which is possible. You know, and also next year, I mean, they could put in the superpowers next year. Hogan and Macho. It's all about what it's mostly about, man, is the demographic of where the event is being held and what names and personalities they think are going to draw. I mean, think about it. Where were they at when they put Abdullah the Butcher in the Hall of Fame? Atlanta, Georgia. You know?
All right, yeah, you make a good point.
Some of that, so I mean, Phillips has some really good names. You know, there's so many people still left out there, man. You know, the Davey boy ain't even in there yet, right?
No, he's not.
Now, does he go in? Does he go in by himself, or does he go in? Does he go in with his tag team partner?
Well,
yeah.
So it could go either way.
Yeah.
He had a Hall of Fame career without his partner. It could go either way. You know. So, I mean, what was the heavy-set white guy with the blonde hair? He kind of did the gay gimmick. Adrian Adonis.
Adrian Adonis, yeah.
He should have been in there.
Well, he should have been in there a long time ago, yeah.
Is Sapphire in there?
No.
No.
She should have been in there. Hercules Hernandez. Paul
What
Roma.
about
Roma will never make it. He's another one that'd probably be blackballed from WWE like Benoit.
You said the Brawler.
Huh?
Did you say the Brawler?
No, Romo.
Oh, I thought you said the Brooklyn Brawler.
No,
I thought you said Roma.
Yeah, I mean Paul Roma. Yeah, Brawler will be in there one day.
Brawler be in there one day?
Yeah, Brawler, Harvey Whippleman, both of them will be in there one day.
Oh, my God.
They've been with the company over 30 or 40 years, man. And Brawler was an 80s superstar. Everybody back in the 80s were a superstar, even though they got beat most of the time. Iron Mike Sharp, you know, is Big John Studd in there?
Yes, he is.
Okay.
See?
He went in 2004.
Okay. So, I mean, there's still man, Rufus off Freight Train Jones, is he in there?
Did you say Freight Train?
Rufus off Freight Train Jones. Yeah, Freight Train.
Freight Train. Well, Freight Train, you mean Freight Train? Freight Train. This Freight Train, I'm going to the Hall of Fame.
We actually ran into him out there at WrestleCon.
Yeah, we ran into Freight Train. Yeah, Freight Train was there.
How was his line?
Huh?
Did he have a big following?
Yeah. I didn't see how long it was, but a lot of people, knew him, and he came there. There was quite a few people from North Carolina that came.
Right.
Yeah. And he asked about you, Mo.
Yeah, he tried to call me.
Everybody from that section of the world know Freight Train.
Yeah.
He was cutting promos against Jay Lethal. And then there was the famous Colt Cabana show that happened late night the other night. Which reminds me, I have to write Colt a note. Okay.
When you put your foot in your mouth.
Yeah, kind of, sort of.
Kind of, sort of.
Yeah. Yeah, a little bit. Out here in LA, I don't know how it is in the rest of the world, but it is fast and furious fever out here. It is like the rage of the town right now, and I've been invited to a special screening tonight in a little bit. I'll be ducking for you guys early, but it's fast and furious. Mo, you plan on seeing it?
Yeah, I'm gonna check it out. How you gonna be ducking early, man? I'm ducking early.
Well, we all ducking early. Mimi got things to do. I just wanted to come on and talk about WrestleMania weekend. Mimi, this weekend, Fast and Furious, we going?
Heck yeah, we going.
Heck yeah, we going. Felix, Fast and Furious.
I like the early bird shows. You know, I'm an old fart, so I got to go in there and go for the cheap shit. So, you know, I'll check out the first showing of it and enjoy before all the damn kids come out there and mess everything up and be screaming, "Oh my God, there's Vin Diesel!" Blah blah blah. You know, I want to enjoy it without all that damn interruption.
Oh yeah,
that's about what it's going to be tonight.
Oh my God!
So I'll go check it out in the morning.
Yeah, that's about what it's going to be. Yeah. By the way, Felix, I gotta congratulate you. When I saw you, you know, I know you've been doing a lot of training and dieting. You look a lot different now than you was when I saw you a couple of months ago at Lucha Underground. So yeah, man, you keep doing what you're doing. You inspire me.
Yeah, I'm officially down. I believe it's about 52 pounds now, so I'm doing good.
Wow,
yeah, doing really good.
Yeah, man, he looked a lot. He looked a lot. He's smaller than we saw him last time.
Wow, Felix, you eat fried
yes,
chicken?
Sir.
You eat a lot of fried chicken?
Give me some grilled, skinless chicken. Then we're talking.
Grilled skinless.
Okay. Skinless.
Oscar.
No, none of that batter shit on there, because I can't eat that.
You heard of Oscar?
Hey, man, I had a bucket of chicken last night.
And Mimi's thinking I'm not surprised.
Yeah, she's not here.
Oh, she already left? Oh, okay.
No. She's not here.
Oh, but you wouldn't be surprised if he told you that, I'm sure.
No, not at all. No.
Hey, definitely a lot of fun over the weekend. If I haven't said it enough, Oscar, definitely. Although I regret missing the Nash party, I definitely made up for being there for WrestleCon and getting to knock off another name off my bucket list to meet. I don't know how many years he's got left, but God bless him. I got to meet Bobby and Mrs. Heenan as well, and two incredible people.
Did they charge you for the autograph?
Everyone charged for their autograph.
Oh, okay.
Everybody did.
I thought with the pass that you had that would negate, them charging you.
Nope. I still had to pay, and I wish that were true, because I spent a lot of money on these autographs and pictures. Let me tell you.
I believe
spent.
and imagine you did.
But you know what, though? I wanted to mention, you talked about WrestleCon earlier. I actually found out, because a friend of mine worked at WrestleCon, that the owner, the guy who ran the WrestleCon thing, he made out like a bandit, because they basically controlled that entire hotel, and they made bank. Big time.
No, I'm sure they did. No,
and they were right on the border of Santa Clara and
San
San Jose, so Vince had no jurisdiction. He couldn't come in and take any of it. They were right there, out of his way, and they couldn't do a damn thing about it.
Oh, okay.
So they made good. They made real good.
They had there was a lot of events when Ring of Honor actually had a show one night, and then this is interesting. They had this thing that's real popular out there in Oakland called Hood Slam. Now, Hood Slam was a promotion that they got out there. Now, what makes Hood Slam different is in the arena, in the audience, and the wrestlers in the ring in the back, everybody's smoking weed.
You know, Sonny Ono was out there this weekend. He was actually a guest of Hood Slam and calling commentary and getting to manage some of the guys. And, yeah, Sonny had a great time, and he got to be out there with one of my former guests on my show, A.J. Kirsch, calling the action. Yeah,
no, that they invited me, but that's what stopped me from going. I wasn't with all that.
But, yeah, it was a great weekend, man. Hopefully we can all do this next year in Dallas.
Yeah.
And that includes you, Mo. You can't miss out this time, man. You got to go.
Yeah, normally I wouldn't, but like I said, I know, me would love to have the WrestleMania experience. It was just so many damn folks out there. Oh, my God.
Yeah, there was.
Yeah,
if you look at that stadium, there was over 80,000 people.
No, what'd you say, man?
Yeah. I was saying that when thinking back on it or thinking about it, I really don't think that this year would have been the right time for me to go yet anyway.
Yeah, but then that makes the Dallas trip all the much better for you, Mimi, because you're going to be in the midst of over 100,000 people. Can't beat that.
Yeah, but I just think that I'll probably be able to handle it, next year. But I don't know how I would have felt this year.
Yeah, it was first off, it was really hot out there.
Yeah, it was.
And it was and then for the most part until the sun actually started going down, the sun was really beaming down, for a while, and that aspect of it might have made you uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Ooh, if you guys were there in the damn stadium, I can vouch. I got sunburned pretty bad. Yeah. It would not have been fun. I roasted like a damn potato.
I came out there for a little while. When I went back to the hotel, my intention was to go back, but after I thought about it, I was like, you know what? Nah, I'm straight.
And see, you know me, I would have wanted to be out there for the whole thing.
Yeah.
Now, the Hall of Fame was awesome. I wish you guys could have made that, but you saw it on TV, or the WWE Network, so that's good enough. You guys could feel the emotion, but at the same time, I know that the WWE dub a lot of the sound effects is from the fans. There were a lot of people cheering for Randy and thank you, Randy chants. And, of course, Connor and Daniel and all them and the Warrior, Dana Warrior. I believe they're going to work a lot more with her going forward.
Okay. All right, so we run it down. April 4th, Mo, are you actually wrestling in Tennessee?
Yes, Rockwood, Tennessee, MSWA, National Guard Armory.
All right, MSWA, that's going to be Mo, April 4th. I'm actually broadcasting live from L.A. Dream Mimi and I, we broadcasting live from L.A. again next Thursday. The Thursday after that, we will be broadcasting from Vegas at Cauliflower Alley. Cauliflower Alley is going to be real cool because we're going to have some special surprise guests that are going to be at Cauliflower. We're going to get them on. And I found out that June 26th, we're going to try to do a special Friday broadcast because I'm actually going to be broadcasting from the set up at the Indianapolis Comic-Con in Indianapolis. So
nice.
We're looking forward to that.
Very cool. Good deal, guys. You guys definitely need to get that back out there and meet up with the fans again and have that fun. And you guys are getting to do that, and I'm happy for you guys. I wish I could make it to cauliflower, but man, like I told you, I spent a
Yeah,
lot of money.
I know that. I know the money for WrestleMania. You gotta have killed the pocketbooks. All right, everybody, check it. I got Fast and Furious. Dreamy got a pack. Mo got to duck out early. We're gonna get Felix early night off. We're gonna see you guys right here next Thursday. Not Your Mama's Radio Show, WrestleMania edition. Peace and good night.
All righty, guys. Good night, guys.
Good night, guys. Love you, Mo.
Night, guys. Love y'all.
All right. Bye-bye, guys.
Mabel, still his face, $4.95